Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It is your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. Today, we're discussing a watch made in 28 pieces in rose gold back in 2001. This is the Roger Dubuis Sympathie Bi-Retrograde Chronograph, 37 millimeters in diameter. It's 12.9 millimeters thick. It's 48.2 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, though it's not huge lug to lug, it does have very strong lug profiles, and the strap is massive, which means there's some stiffness there. So my wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. I'm going to recommend you wear this watch on a wrist no smaller than mine for best fit. You can see it's flat enough that it will fit underneath a dress cuff, but it's also surprisingly broad, and you really get a sense of that from over the top. The strap is high grade. It is a Roger Dubuis factory strap in brand new condition. Large rectangular scale alligator leather, light brown gloss finish. There is some stuffing or bolstering to give it volume. We have a sheer cut side showing the layers of leather, calf on the bottom. And there's no stitching. This is a bonded strap. So the top and bottom leathers are bonded with adhesive to create a seamless, unstitched look. We have a single fold rose gold Roger Dubuis deployant clasp to protect you from dropping your watch by accident. That's what a deployant does. It's a snapshot friction fit. It has the RD logo externally. The case is uniquely finished with vertical satination all the way around, and we have polishing on the lug hoods as well as the screws that are used to fix the bars that hold the strap to the case. Screws and bars are more expensive but also more secure system for attaching a strap to a case compared to spring bars. I'm glad to see that here. We have a set of lug hoods that are polished and then a bezel that's polished. We have the Sympathie case, which has points at its edges and then curves at its midsection as well as at 12 and 6. We have our Roger Dubuis push-down crown polished with the RD logo, 30 meters water resistant. We have oval-shaped chronograph pushers that are satinated on their sides, polished on their outer faces. And then the bezel is a beveled outboard. It also has a flat top and then a slight flange where it abuts the sapphire, and all of that is polished. This is the second generation Sympathie, which features the circular inner dial, crystal, and bezel profile. The dial has a lovely cream lacquer. You can see it is a bi-retrograde calendar with leaf hands for all of the indications, save the chronograph seconds. We have a number of different colors and tones and a lovely glossy gleam. These watches were a celebration of traditional Geneva watchmaking, but they also had a little bit of an avant-garde kick. Of course, Roger Dubuis from 1995 until the late 2000s, true independent and a pioneer in that regard, predating many of the heavy hitters in the space such as Debetun, Urwerk, F.P. Journe, Richard Mille, and MB&F. So these were among the very original watches to propose that perhaps an independent master could accomplish better on his own than what he could accomplish with a major group. Now, the watch does include retrograde day and retrograde date with a column wheel chronograph. Turn it all over, by the way. You can see Bulletin d'Observatoire. It is a Besançon observatory chronometer, tested to the ISO 3159 standards, but unlike the COSC, the test is done as a fully assembled watch. You can see a ghosted Roger Dubuis logo on the sapphire caseback. This is a 28-piece limited edition. This watch is number 3 of the series. The movement is the great Lemania 2310 that did business as the Patek Philippe 2770, and with Omega as the 321, this movement went to the moon. Here it is a Besançon observatory chronometer and Geneva hallmarks. You can see the Poisson de Genève on the bridge adjacent to the balance. It's a manual winder with a 48-hour power reserve. It pivots on 25 joules. It's adjusted in a high horology and chronometer standard 5 positions. It is a lateral clutch with a crisp column wheel, and in Geneva style, you can see the column wheel is capped. The balance is enormous. It's almost the radius of the movement, and it beats weight 18,000 vibrations per hour. You can also see the Geneva hallmark on the base plate below the balance. The balance has an overcoil hairspring, so it beats concentrically in any position. Gravity does not have a great effect on it. And it features a black polished swan's neck regulator, a black polished stud holder, And that 18K balance highlights a movement that is very, very traditional. The lateral clutch and all the chronograph components are made of stainless steel. Bridges feature Côte de Genève across their top and beveling on their edge. Beautiful anglage. We have satination across the tops of the steel components, save the screws. And these also feature beveling on their edges. All wheels are satinated. Screw heads are black polished and feature chamfered slots and circumference. It is exquisitely executed with engine turning on the base plate. No detail is overlooked. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for all purchase and pricing details.